Hey guys, welcome to Programming Knowledge. In this video, we will be looking at conditional statements. So what are conditional statements? What are conditions basically? Conditions are those set of rules which define a particular procedure to be followed. So what do I mean by that? Let's take an example. Suppose you want to sort out all those files which you created yesterday from the C drive or from the desktop. So the way we do that is we take all the files, we look at the date when it was created, and then if it matches yesterday's date, we put that inside a separate folder. Or else you leave it or you put it inside another folder, that doesn't matter. Our only focus is we are putting those files which were created yesterday into a separate folder. So when you're checking whether the date matches or not, you're actually performing a conditional operation. So that is what conditional operators or conditional statements do. So conditional operators work like if something is there, then you need to follow some procedure, or else you need to follow some other procedure which may or may not be defined. If it is not defined, you need not do anything. If it is defined, you need to follow that procedure. So it is like if something, then you do something. So do procedure 1, suppose, and then else what you need to do do procedure 2, or you can leave it, right? This does not need to be defined, so this is not important. What is important is this condition. If that something is satisfied, then only you need to do procedure 1, or else you need not do anything, or you need to do some other set of statements which are defined. So that is how conditional statement work, and the same goes with C++ also. So the way you define conditional statement is you put an if, and then inside a pair of parentheses you put a conditional statement, and here you have a block. So this block is different from this block. Here I'm writing it. So this is if block. So this executes only when that condition is satisfied, and then if this condition fails, in our example, suppose some other file came up which was created 1 year ago. So what you need to do, you need not do anything, or else if you want you can put it inside another block. That is up to you. So do that is else. If that condition fails, you have another block, you need to follow this particular procedure. So this set of statements or this set of rules execute only when this rule is true, or this conditional statements evaluate to true, or else it follows this else block. So the way you define conditions is by using operators called relational operator. Relational operators just give the relation between two operands. So these are same as the mathematical relations. You have a greater than, you have a less than, you have a greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and then you have an is equal to. This is equal to. So do not get confused with the single equal to sign we use. So while declaring variables, I told that int a equal to 10 means a holds the value of 10. So this single equal to operator is known as the assignment operator, and this double equal to is the is equal to operator. So the difference is when you tell a equal to 10 and a equal to 10, this means that assign the value 10 to a. So this is what this statement means, and this statement means compare a and 10 and check its equality. So this is what it means. So this double equal to means that you will take the value of a, you will take 10, you will compare it, and if they both are equal, then you say it's true, or else you tell that it's false. So this single equal to operator just means that you put this 10 inside this memory location a. That's what it means. Here, another point to notice, 10 equal to a is an error. So here, even though mathematically both the statements are same, 10 equal to a cannot be processed because the computer always wants the left hand side to be memory location. Whatever the right hand side is, it can be a memory location, it can be a constant value, it can be anything. So whatever it is, it has to go into the left hand memory location by using this operator, which is the assignment operator, and this double equal to operator can work either way. So even if you put 10 equal to a, this is the same meaning. It takes 10, it takes a value of a, it compares it, and if they are equal, it's going to tell yes, or else it's going to tell no. So these are the operators. And you have another operator, this is double equal to, which is equal to, and then you have a not equal to. Not is basically this exclamation mark over here, this is not equal to. So these are the operators you use to check the conditions. So let us look at a quick program. Let us make some program, let's say to check whether the person is eligible to, let's say, drive a vehicle or not. So for the legal age for driving vehicles is 18 years. So let's check whether a person is eligible to drive the vehicle or not, or else uh, put an vote or not, whether he's an eligible voter or not. We can do that. So let's start by writing the input statements. So first we ask the name, enter the name. He's going to enter the name. You know, name is going to be a string. So string name, I don't know the name. That's why I'm going to leave it blank, and I'm going to take in the name over here. So cn name. And now I'm going to take the age of that person. So let's say see out, enter, okay, enter your age over here. Now I'm going to take the age as years. So let us mention that also over here in years, something like that. So I'm going to get the age in years. Number of years is going to be in integers. So I'm just going to take an int age, and then I'm going to get the age also, right? So now I need to check in condition. So what is going to be the condition? I want to tell that the user can drive the vehicle or put the oath only if he is above 18 years of age. So way we do it is you put an if, and then inside this pair of brackets you put the condition. So the condition is if his age is greater than or equal to 18 or not. You are going to check that. And then if his age is greater than 18, then you put the statement, right? Let's say you are eligible to vote or drive a car, something like that, right? He's eligible. If he's greater than or equal to 18, he's eligible. Else, you can just print sorry, okay, sorry, you are not eligible, something like that. What we have done, we have just taken the name, we have taken the age, we have compared the age, and we are checking whether the age is greater than or equal to 18 or not. So if he is greater than or equal to 18, or if he is a major, you are going to tell that he is eligible to vote or drive a car or any vehicle, or else you are going to say that you are not eligible. So that's how you do that. Let's try and execute this program. So here, let's say enter the name something like John and enter your age 12. So here it says sorry, you're not eligible. Let me put a new line after this else statement so that you don't get confused with the compiler's output. And here, so let's say some other name, let's say Harry, and enter your age. He is going to be 21. So here you can see you are eligible to vote or drive a car, right? So this is a simple program we have written. So here you can also do another check, right? So suppose the person who is using a program is a naughty fellow, he wants to check the validity of your program. Suppose he wants to do something like he wants to put negative integers or something. So age is always positive, right? The way you do that is first you check whether the age is positive or not. So the way you do that is if age is greater than 0, if it is a positive number, then only check it. So all these statements go inside this, right? If his particular age is legal, then only you can check that, right? If he is providing some negative number, you cannot check that. So here I'm just going to indent this thing so that it looks nice. You also try to indent your program so that you can understand what you're writing. So this if is this from this block to this block, this is another if, this is else inside this if block. So all these statements are inside this statement. Or else you say cout, please enter a valid age, right? So it is not valid. -5 is not a valid age, right? So you take only positive integers as ages and you're checking whether that age is 18 or not. So if it is equal to or greater than 18, you're saying that you're eligible to vote or drive a car, or else you're telling that you're not eligible. So here now you can execute and try out this program. It is better to execute after every condition you write, right? Because when you're writing a bigger program, it will be a good practice to actually check when you're putting a condition, so that validates your program even more faster and you will be able to easily debug your program. So here, let's say enter the name, let's think of some other name, let's say Jack, and enter the age. Let's try something naughty now. Let's type -120 and enter. So here it says please enter a valid age. So you can have many checks like that. So you can have so maybe he's going to enter some weird age like 1,000 years or 2,000 years. You can check that also. The age should be less than 1,000 or less than 2,000, something like that. For that, we are going to need another set of operators, which I'll be talking in the next video. But you can do that inside this if also. So I can check over here also if age is less than let's say, what's the maximum age? 100, right? So let's say 105 or 102, maximum 102. So if it is less than 102, then only you need to execute these statements. So Control X and it goes inside this. And let me indent this properly. Right? So if age is less than 102, this, or else you're again going to say the same thing. So just Control C, and then over here inside this if, you're putting is this else. So that is how simple conditional statements are. You're just going to play with conditions. So here I'm checking if it is a positive number, and here I'm checking whether it's too big. If it is too big, I'm telling that please enter a valid age, and if it's too small also, I'm telling that please enter a valid age. And here, if it lies between the range of 1 to 101, because 102 is the maximum, right? So I put less than 102, which goes up to 101, and greater than 0 starts from 1. So from 1 to 101, it's going to check, and if that age is greater than or equal to 18, it's going to say that you're eligible to vote, or else it's going to say you are not eligible. So that is how you perform a conditional check. So this statements which are written inside an if. So I have written a if inside if. So this if is the main if. Inside this I have written this, and inside this I have written this if else statement. So this concept is actually known as let me write somewhere over here. Okay, on the top I'll write. This is known as nested if. So nested conditional statements. So this is what this is called as. Now, if I enter a bigger value than 101, let's say 105 or 200, so that will say you're not entering a valid age. And even if I enter some negative numbers also, it's going to tell that you're not entering a valid age. So that is how you play with conditional statements. You try writing a program which will segregate whether a number is odd or even or not. I know this is a very simple program, you'll find it in the internet, but just try it on your own. So let me give you a hint. An even number when divided by 2 gives remainder 0. And that's it. You don't need another condition. So this is the only condition you're going to give. You're going to take a number and then you're going to determine whether it's an even number or an odd number. And this is the hint. So if an even number is divided by 2, it will give a remainder as 0. And then if it is an odd number, it's going to be some other remainder. Remainder is going to be 1. So you can try that. You can try writing that program. In the next video, we will be talking about some other operators which we will be using in our conditional statements. So till then, happy coding.